over here in my favorite little corner of the kitchen. And as you can see here, I have this crock full of vintage rolling pins and wooden spoons and things like that. And then I have this other little ironstone pitcher here that I have some other vintage utensils in. And I love to have these out all year round. I love displaying all my vintage kitchen things right here, so I'm definitely going to be leaving these here. I also have my wooden chalkboard there in the back corner. I'm going to use that as a cookbook stand, and then of course I have my wooden cutting boards and my canisters out here because I use those every single day, and I love that they are pretty but they're also super functional. This is the cookbook I'm going to use back here in this corner. It's called The Flavors of Fall. It is a Gooseberry Patch cookbook, and I just love the little pumpkin pie on here. I think it is so cute and one of my favorite fall cookbooks, and I just want to have it out on display. Last year I actually propped it open to an apple pie recipe and I had that on this stand, but this year I think I'm going to leave it closed where you can see the pretty design on the front just to switch it up a little bit, but I'm going to see how this looks back here in this corner. Crock out for summer with some pretty baby's breath in here, and I love this piece, so I knew I wanted to leave it out for fall but just to change up the florals. So what I decided to add in here are these beautiful leaves that I got from Joann Fabrics last year. I love these leaves. I think they're gorgeous. I love the dried look, and they weren't very expensive at all at Joann's. I used them in a wreath last year, and I decided to switch it up and use them in this crock this year. Okay, now I'm going to add a little touch to the middle of the stove, and I'm going to leave my cast iron out. I always leave it out because it's pretty heavy and it's just easier to leave it sitting on the stove than to have to get it out from under the cabinet every day. So I just like to leave it out. And then I'm going to use this little wood piece that I have. I thrifted this last year. I believe it was around fall time, and I really love this little wood trivet. So I'm going to put this right in the center. And then I'm going to add this beautiful brown transferware plate right on top of that. And on top of that, I'm of course going to add another beautiful little pumpkin. Over here at my coffee area, I'm going to leave things pretty much the same. I'm just going to add a few really simple fall touches. The first thing I'm going to add is this adorable little pumpkin here. This is one of my favorite ones that came from the garden because it's so little. It's actually the smallest one that we had, and I just think it's adorable. So I'm going to set this in the windowsill, and just to add a little bit of height to it, I'm going to add these plates under it and just set it up here. On the cake stand, I'm going to add these really pretty amber teacups. And then some more of those dried fall leaves. I like to just stick these kind of everywhere. It just kind of looks like you brought them in from outside, and I just think it's really pretty. And then I'm going to add a little pumpkin that is actually from the Dollar Tree. Super simple, but I wanted to keep it very minimal over here. And then I'm also going to add in my pumpkin stir sticks next to my coffee maker in this basket. Okay, that is it for my little coffee area for now. I feel like it might need a little something else, so I'm going to be playing around with this space, but for now it is super simple. I wanted to do something different besides my tiered tray, so I'm trying this new look out and we'll see how it ends up. Okay, and then I have this little shelf that I love to decorate for each season. And for fall, I'm going to add some of my little creamers up here. I love to display many things at the top of this shelf since there's not that much space. And my little creamers fit perfectly, so I love to display those up there. And then I'm going to add just a little piece of vintage fabric right here, and some wooden measuring spoons, and a little vintage scoop. And then to hang on the other peg, I actually just made this morning with more of those dried leaves from Joann's. I wanted a little wreath to go on the other side, but I didn't want to go buy something. I wanted to use what I already had, so I just took some pieces of a wreath, another wreath that I had. I just cut off, I don't know if you can see those pieces right there, but they're like wired little sticks that were on another wreath that I had, so I just cut those off of that wreath and you couldn't even tell they were missing. And then I wired them, or I wired the leaves to those pieces and made this little wreath. So I'm going to put that right here on this little peg, and I just love that natural dried look. Again, it looks like it just came straight from outside, and I absolutely love it. And then super simple over on this side, I'm just going to add this little egg basket. I actually thrifted this recently, and I haven't shown it in a haul or anything because it was a super random find that I just found while I was out one day. I wasn't filming, but I got this and I'm so excited to have this for whenever our hens start laying eggs. Should be within the next few weeks, so I'm very, very excited about that. But I'm gonna go ahead and put that there for now, and then that will be just where I will set the basket whenever I bring the eggs in. So this is what I decided to do on this side of the kitchen over here. And again, really simple, but I love the pop that those leaves add. Now it's time to get started on the apple crisp. I just took some apples out of the freezer because I knew we would be making this today, and I'll let them unthaw. These are the apples that we froze a couple weeks ago whenever we first picked them from the apple trees. That way I can have these easy and already peeled and cored and sliced and ready to go when I'm going to make desserts like this fall and winter. So I'm just mixing the apples together with some sugar and some cinnamon and nutmeg, and then you're going to put those in an 8x8 baking dish, and I will have the full recipe of this apple crisp linked down below. Like I said, I also shared this last year, but I wanted to share it again because this is our favorite fall dessert, and I make this almost weekly, and I really will be making it so much this fall now that we have so many fresh apples. So I wanted to share it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed seeing how I added some cozy touches into our kitchen this year, and you'll have to let me know if you try this apple crisp for you and your family this fall. I love y'all so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, friends.